My name is Gabriel. I'm Shane, and along with me are my classmates, Hakim and Sun Hao. Today we'll be presenting to you our project designated Project Better Gaming. Firstly, we'd like to talk about a problem. We're focusing on the mobile gaming market. In particular, the problem being that smartphones lacking the capability to support gaming for long durations without severely damaging the device itself. Okay. So we look at the case studies of extreme users and their estimated ages. Polytechnic student and a professional mobile gamer. So this the first extreme user, the polytechnic student, is a PC gamer who is new to the mobile gaming ecosystem. So it's a daily gaming time of 4 hours, with an hours break in between to cool his device. So he faces two issues: adapting to the mobile gaming ecosystem and game the game itself. And additionally, he has to, as he's a new mobile gamer, he has to adapt to some of the constant issues, with game performance dropping and blood or sweat being some of the primary issues. But don't think about the latter is a case by case basis. So as you can see in this empathy map, this user is actually frustrated because he's actually faring extremely poorly in the game itself. Let's take a look at an interview with him.
Like compared to computer and mobile device, I prefer to play on the computer as it has a bigger screen and the battery life is longer. The controls are way better.
So as you can see in the video earlier with the user, he stated that playing on PC is much better due to having a larger screen, better controls and such. So we look at the next extreme user number two. He's formerly a professional Dota 2 player who has migrated to playing Mobile Legends on his iPhone 11. So in contrast to the previous user, he has a daily gaming time of 10 hours from 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. with a break after each match to actually swap devices. So after working for estimated 4 hours, he starts to experience sore muscles on their upper body due to a need for maintaining the same exact body position, with the reasons actually being stated right there. So if we take a look at his empathy map, he says that actually because he is actually frustrated due to lethargicness and sorbet primary factor in this case. So let's take a look at an interview with him.
As a professional mobile gamer, have you ever experienced any difficulties when playing games?
Yeah, definitely. I'm a professional gamer, so I usually play games for more than like 8 hours. Then my phone starts to get very overheated, and which will affect the gaming experience. The game starts to get really laggy.
So please take note of what he has said. For okay, so from both case studies, we actually can establish that both users are affected by their device overheating, the form factor of the device, the build-up of sweat on the touch screen, and problems like muscle cramps and like a problem for players with long gaming hours only. So actually, professional gamers require the devices to be actually high performance, okay, tolerant of long gaming hours, self-sanitizing and such. Whereas for beginners, they require user-friendly graphic user interfaces. For that, the only solution we can recommend the beginners to use is to actually start with more popular games with nicer graphics. Whereas for professionals, we are able to develop solutions for them. So moving on, my classmates and how will go through the next two slides.
Thank you, Shin. Let's move to part 4, which is idea. The first idea is a thermal electric cooling device. The device is based on a theory called Peltier effect. There are two components, which are generator and the cooling head. The generator will produce electricity, and the electric will pass the cooling head, so that the temperature of the phone will decrease. However, the cost to make such a device is really high. The device is very heavy and not convenient to carry around. The second idea is a finger sleep. We all know that when players in an intense game environment, sometimes their hands start to sweat, which will definitely affect the sensitivity of the screen. To solve this problem, I plan to create a finger sleeve. It's made of nylon, it can absorb the sweat, and you still can play the game comfortably. The cost of this thing is low and easy to carry around, but you have to change it regularly due to the frequent friction with the screen. The third idea is a phone stand. Unlike other stand, this phone stand is specially designed for mobile phone. The size is not too big, just nice. Not only the phone can help players get rid of sore arms and hands, you can notice that the clip of the stand is very big, so they can also clap the phone with a cooling device attached behind. There's a disadvantage that for players who use gyroscope, unfortunately they are unable to do that because the phone is in a fixed position. Players can't move around the phone. The fourth idea is a swappable ice pack phone casing. It is a thick phone casing with the ability to cool the device via a specially made swappable ice pack like sponge. The outer side of the phone case will consist of two layers: a layer of aluminum and rubber for heat isolation and shock absorption, respectively. Due to the general ability of aluminum, rubber, and sponges, we believe the cost will not be significantly higher than the average case. The Idea 5 is a console controller. It is similar to PS4 controller, and the weight is also similar. They have two joysticks on the bottom and two buttons on the top. The design itself allows it to be used alongside smartphone case for different manufacturers. For the final idea, we decided to combine Idea 4 and Idea 5. The product will be an ice pack controller. The ice pack inside is a controller. When you install the phone, you can play the game easily and the phone stay cool all the time. The combined product provides convenience to users who do not require further customization, such as nice looking case. That being said, the increase in price will not be significantly higher due to the low cost of manufacturing the aforementioned ideas. Okay, let's talk about storyboards. The first picture tells about a gamer feels frustrated due to the overheating of the phone. He said the game is too laggy, unable to play. The second picture is he found the ice pack controller and applied his device on this controller. The third one tells about he really enjoyed the game after using this device. The last one is he went to an esports tournament, won the first place in the game. He was really happy about it. Okay, thank you. I will let Hakim to be the next person to present.
Thank you, Jan. So my part will be the prototype and the feedback from the two extreme user. So that with that, this is the demonstration of prototype. With the first picture is without the four removable joystick. The second picture is with the four joystick. So moving on. With that, we'll come to our first user, extreme user 1, which will give feedback to our product. Okay, with that come with our first feedback. We are now moving on to the second feedback. So thank you. So that's our second user, which is a professional. So the difference between first user and the second user is that the first user is a newbie in playing a mobile game. So I think that will aid her playing. So the criticism, each of them says that they have one is it that they want to able to be adjusted to smaller phones. The other one is that the controller should be more flexible. And the controller benefit others? That was the question from one of the first user, and the second user that the joystick can be further improved. So similarities and differences between the user experience that is that they increase the user experience when using the product, which is the controller. The differences that should be able to adjust to smaller phone, and the joystick can be further improved. So with that come with to our desirability with increased user experience. The handle is make much more ergonomic and will not saw the head, and the ice pack will cool the phone and prevent overheating. So with that, feasibility is that it's ergonomic and easy to handle. The material frame is made from HDPE and LDPE, which is high density polyethylene, and low density polyethylene, which is cheap to make and much more flexible. The difference between the two is that HDPE is stronger and flexible but more expensive compared to the LDPE, which is cheaper and much more flexible. So the removable joystick suits the user gameplay with the aspect to cool it down, and is compact to fit into most of the smaller bags. So selling price will be $15.90, consisting of the full set. The expenses is within $100. We can make one set of it. If the profit to be is around $1,000. Thank you.